these are my customers' jeans, and as I mentioned you before, they don't fit anymore, and this is why I'm making them bigger. As you can see, I pin exactly until the point that I have to let out. That way I don't have any problem, like I don't have to guess until here, until there. I just pin it when my customer was wearing them. I'm gonna insert fabric at the side, so I have to open everything. And of course, rule number 1, you are going to start by opening the belt loops. Of course, I'm gonna remove the center back belt loop, but for the sides back, I'm gonna just open the part that is attached to the waistband. You don't need to open the other one because they will stay there. I'm gonna open the waistband, but before, I'm gonna make sure to mark the center of the waistband. This is important to mark it early. And you know what I like about opening the waistband, right? This is the best part because it's so easy. Watch me. Here you go. This is a yes for the chain stitch. Because I want to work more comfortably, I'm gonna right away cut the waistband by the center back line. Make sure to cut it very straight though. This is very important. Now it comes the hardest part. I have to open the sides, and this one has double stitch instead of one. You know, I have mentioned you before that this is my least favorite seam to open, but we are gonna do it little by little. This is where patience really matters. And yeah, I'm gonna take a new blade. This is the one I use. It's for painters, I think. And now look at that. Yes, it opens a little bit easier, but you have to be careful when the blade is new. You know, I always open a little bit more than I need because I want to search the two sides separate. But you know what? Today, they were separate anyway, so I didn't need it to go so low. That's okay. Now, I'm gonna choose the fabric that match the best for my jeans. I have many different fabric. This one, for example, seems like it's very good. And my customer as well want me to use some lace on top. Ooh, that will look interesting, right? I don't know you, but I'm old enough to live the 90s, and I remember that it was very trendy to use lace applique over jeans. You know, the lace is very delicate, and I'm considering that the jeans need to be washed often. So I'm trying to choose a lace that will stand how you treat your jeans. Even though this fabric is so good, when I put the lace up, make it a little too dark. So I'm gonna try to choose a lighter fabric. Then with the lace will look a little better. Here you go, you see? This is the secret, to create a little bit of contrast with the lace so it looks better. Okay, now is the time to build extra space. I'm gonna take my fabric, you know, it's just from an old jeans, and I'm gonna open so I can work a little bit more comfortably. And you know, I like to iron everything that I'm gonna work with. So I need 3 inches, and then when you split that in two, you will need 1.5 inches at each side. I start by making a line of the length that I need, and then I'm gonna mark 3/4 inch at each side of that line to complete my 1.5 inches, and then I'm gonna add 3/4 inch seam allowance. These are the triangles that I'm gonna insert to make those pants correct. I always tell my customers that it's never our body fault, it's always the clothes, and we can fix it. Now I'm gonna mark as well the triangle over my fabric, and I'm gonna cut it. So hard for me to see what is the right fabric. You know, it's the fault of my colleague. I always ask my colleagues and they all tell me, so I guess that I never try. Now let's start sewing. As you know, of course, lace on top, structure underneath. I'm gonna sew the lace with the fabric together, and then I'm gonna go and serge all those edges. These are my wedge, and this is where everything is looking good. So as I told you before, I really opened more than I needed because I don't need to serge, it's already serged. So I'm gonna close back those sides until my mark, exactly until the point of my mark. And if you know me, I'm the queen of the corners, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how I do it. I'm gonna start by making sure I'm aligning the mark I did with the mark of the seam of the fabric. Remember, I have told you about that in other videos. Where the original seam was, I sew, and I go exactly until the point I marked. Then I'm gonna go to the other side and I'm gonna align it again, and I'm gonna sew exactly from that point up. And like that, like magic, I have more room and a perfect wedge or gusset. I'm gonna do the same at the other side. Remember, the trick is to stop where you need to stop and start sewing where you need to start sewing. And now I have my pants a little bit bigger. I'm gonna press them before sewing back the waistband, but hold on, wait a minute. I almost can't see the lace. Not good enough. I'm gonna call my customer to see if she wants me to lift the scallops so it looks nicer. But in the meantime, while I get to her, I'm going to prepare then the waistband. Remember that I cut the waistband, so I need 1/4 inch seam allowance on the waistband. So instead of adding 3 inches, I need to add 3.5 inches to the waistband. So I'm gonna measure the width of my waistband, and I'm gonna start making a rectangle with that width, and then I'm gonna just start marking first my waistband seam allowance, then I mark the 3.5 inches I need, and then the rest of the seam allowance, and that's it, done. I'm gonna finish my rectangle, and I have my waistband extension marked, and I can cut 2 pieces of it. Something that I like to do now is then mark the sewing line all the way in all the pieces, at the top, at the bottom, everywhere, so I don't get confused. And of course, I'm gonna use lace for my waistband too. So I'm gonna cut a piece of lace and I'm gonna sew it over. Now that I have my piece prepared, I'm gonna prepare my waistband. I'm gonna mark the seam allowance just to make it easier. And I'm gonna make sure to align the seam line of my waistband with the seam line of my extension, and then I'm gonna sew it together like that. You see, this is infallible to get a nice job. Very often, I know, we work a lot, but we have the tendency to just sew without really align anything, and this is why our job sometimes is not that precise. If you do it this way, you don't have to do any redo. It will be perfect. I'm doing the same thing at the other side, and I'm gonna just sew the top part of the waistband. I'm gonna close it. It will be enough so when my customer comes and I can show her the lace, she as well can try on the pants to see if she feels comfortable. So it will be easier for everything, right? I'm finished with the top stitch of my waistband, and remember, use your hammer or use the button trick for those parts that are a little bit thicker. My customer came and she said yes to the scallops. So we are going all in. We are going to add another piece of lace on top with the scallops outside. I think it will look way better. So I'm just marking my lace, and I forgot to tell you before, but I like to steam it so it shrinks a little bit, so it doesn't shrink with the jeans. And I'm gonna open again one part of the jeans. And now I'm pretty sure that this is the upgrade we were looking for. I'm sewing this on top and I'm sewing the scallops going to the edges, and I think it's looking good. Now it's working. I'm gonna do the same at the other side because the corners are already there. It's not really a big job to open, put the scallop and closing it back. And yes, you see, it's looking really good. Now it seems intentional. I want to do that. I'm gonna press my waistband because I want to sew it back to the pants. I'm gonna pin it, but before sewing, it's better to sew the side stitches. And remember, they are two, not just one. And now is the time to sew back the waistband. Usually when I sew the waistband, I try to sew from center to the sides, but because right now I'm just sewing just the back part, I think it will be good enough. As you can see, everything moved, so later on I will have to move the leather label. But in the meantime, I'm closing the waistband, and when you close the waistband, you have to make sure to hold it very well. Another way that you can do for closing the waistband is to sew the inside part first and then the outside. But if you are lazy like me and you want to go in one go, just hold it well with your fingers. Make your fingers strong. Now I just have to sew back the belt loop and move the label. And here you go. These are the pants. As you can see, they look amazing. I think my customer will like them. See the label at the back is all done. This is the before and this is the after. You don't see the difference? That was the goal. If you find this video useful or entertaining, please give us a like, give us a hype, and don't forget to subscribe, share, comment. Bye!